Hi, welcome to another episode, probably quite a belated one actually, Behind the Brands. And today you've just got the staff, no guests. Although
Boring.
Wes is normally behind the camera.
I am usually over there.
Yeah,
We talk about you a lot.
we
Yeah.
do. You're
You
that.
get mentions all the
You're
time.
like our
but you're just
Jamie.
like silent.
I am.
You're like the Jamie of the podcast. But like you've been in a few of the clips, I think.
Yeah, in the background.
Didn't you fall over in one of them? Did that ever go out? I don't know.
I tripped on a cable.
You
yeah.
tripped on a cable.
Saved it though. So.
Yeah, so we thought today we jump on.
My reference for that would be Queen Emma from the Kylie Kelsey podcast.
I've got no.
No
that
knowledge.
reference does
Yeah.
not land with me. Hopefully,
It's like
hopefully someone
it's
else
like
out
an
there knows what that is.
It's like an NFL.
An NFL
I guess.
reference.
Quite cool actually. Yeah.
Jesus.
She was married. She's married to one of the Kelsey brothers who used to play for the Philadelphia Eagles, but like they're really well known. And
this
she's
is
lovely,
for
but
our
her producer's
US
called
audience.
Queen Emma. So I feel like
Queen Emma.
Queen Wes.
Queen
Oh,
Wes.
I'll get that trended.
We're doing a really bad job of introducing Wes, really.
It's horrendous.
So Wes, you are. Well, I never get the title correct.
Oh, no.
Content
Media production
specialist.
Thank you, Ben.
Basically,
That's
you're the magic behind the cameras that make everything happen, and all the editing and production and planning. It's quite a big job,
There's a lot to it. I love it.
and you've done it for quite a while now in terms of career, which
Just
is
a
good.
bit.
You didn't start last week, did you?
No, not quite.
How long have you been here now?
2 years? I
2
think?
When did
years
you
coming up.
start?
Feels like, September the 9th.
Oh wow!
I remember it specifically.
Wow.
I was
So like a year and a half then.
yeah, year and a half.
Yeah.
Feels like 2 years.
Feels year and a half feels longer. So I think it's probably worth giving everyone a little bit about your background, really. How your career has spanned and what you've been up to. How you got into it's probably quite interesting as well.
Film in a
There's a
camper
lot
van
there.
with a mobile phone. Watch my mum cooking breakfast. That was like
Was it?
documenting that. Yeah,
How old
that's my
was you?
earliest thing
How
that I can
old
think
then?
of. 14.
Yeah,
And the phones were not good at that time. Just so you know, it was potato.
1.3 megapixel
Yeah,
or
so
something like that. 2 megapixel camera.
Yeah, so that's my earliest. And then I just had an affinity for it, and then just it was like a puzzle that I couldn't quite solve. I just wanted to learn more about how to do things, and then obviously as the technology got better, that never ever stops. And
Yeah.
it was just a passion at that point.
Because filming's one thing, but editing's they're both
Yeah.
really unique skills to master.
Definitely, I've had friends that like would just pick one lane and won't touch the other.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
It's quite common, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like
Well, I don't see
Yeah.
why you'd like shackle yourself to that. Just crack on.
Because I watched some of these videos where they explain how they filmed things, and there's so much to it. Like there's some angles that you don't realise that you're seeing that they're changing between. Sometimes they're quite subtle, and it's like seeing you work and how you kind of
Yeah.
build a plan and you write up like what you want to shoot and then what you end up with. It's
Unfortunately,
quite interesting to
for
see.
editors, if you're a really good editor, your work goes unnoticed.
Really,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the job. is to
there's no
kind of
like
tuck, nip
sharp
and tuck.
cutting of anything where you're
Unless
like.
you want to be bold, then it's the style. But
And I think we've seen now with social media though, like editing's got you've got a mix really. You've got like raw content that's being edited and clipped up to be eye catching and engaging. So that is that there is an art to that still, where you just like the content film is actually not that great, but they clip it up in a way where you're like, because there's all these clippers now, isn't there, where they get paid. That's a whole industry, right? Where you can log your clips and they'll pay you a certain amount per views.
yeah,
And that's how a lot of these influencers are growing their reach. They're not actually, they're not doing the hard work themselves. They're streaming or whatever, and then it's getting clipped up. And that's like an art form, but
definitely.
you kind of have more, you do some more like classic filming, more like high quality stuff, which is harder to achieve, I think.
there's definitely levels to it, isn't there? Like,
Definitely.
And I think it gets spoken about a lot that like in the marketing sense that like everyone thinks they can do marketing, and to marketeers that's like the biggest bugbear because everyone thinks it's like when you say, oh yeah, I work in marketing, they're like, oh, so you post on social media.
Yeah.
And it's actually quite funny because we don't do any organic socials really. We stay away from it.
We do our own,
We do our own,
but we don't for clients particularly. I think
So, like-
I think we do try and give them some bits, but
there's bits that we do, but it doesn't move the needle.
Yeah.
So it would never be that we would just run organic socials for someone. It's
I
not
think
what
it's the
we
volume needed is so
Yeah.
high now. You've
And
got to put out some
do. You
volume.
need someone internal capturing that content. So actually,
Yeah.
if you don't, if you have someone who's internal capturing it, then the likelihood is that they can post it for you as well. So it's,
Well, posting's probably the easiest part. Really.
well, yeah, you'd hope so.
Yeah.
But like,
You can almost post things a bit too easy, can't you? Without
Yeah.
really checking it.
yeah, yeah.
Is that the nudes you posted, was
definitely.
it, by accident?
Oh, mate, imagine.
But I
you,
think
you all going live is like a real risk, isn't it, on your app if you were slightly, I
Yeah.
guess, worse for wear. You could have a go live, and I've definitely seen that on
Yeah.
Facebook where people woke up in the morning and they've had half an hour of live and it's just like rubbish. They're like, what
Yeah.
was I doing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But there's probably similar aspects to that with media as well, of like, to a level, everyone thinks that they can film and create content
yeah.
nowadays.
I can't.
Yeah, I scoff,
you
but
probably,
actually,
you have the same aggravation.
it's
as,
different
like,
schools of thought though. Like, so there's obviously way younger filmmakers than me, and they do things that my brain just wouldn't have clicked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's creativity. But then there's some fundamental rules that do get broken, and then like that's just a bad video.
Yeah.
because they don't know, they don't have that not formal training. It's just those they need to be told that's just a cardinal sin. You don't do that. For a
So
reason.
talk about how you know that. So what was your studying around?
Well, I was editing and post production, so it's more on the post production side, and then I self-taught myself how to film, and obviously,
And where did you do that?
Ravensbourne? It's like a special art uni in London,
Yeah,
next to the O2 Arena.
it's a legit training.
Yeah, well, they trained me up to do film and TV, so
Yeah.
there's so many rules of TV. It was like
And
horrible.
that's a different media altogether. Because now when I watch TV, which is rare, but if something is on TV,
yeah,
you see that they haven't moved that much with how they produce stuff still.
Really?
I think that's why it's become harder to keep people on the platforms, really, because it's
Yeah.
like someone who creates a 30-minute episode once a week on YouTube, they're filming in such a way that it's like really fast. And
Yeah.
like you can kind of, the format's easy to understand. They kind of repeat it quite a bit.
yeah. Well,
Whereas
Netflix is-
TV's a bit
yeah.
polished, but a bit boring.
It's falling back because of
Yeah.
the red tape.
You feel like you're committed to
Yeah.
something when you watch it, don't you? You're like, this is going to be... And obviously they don't have the freedoms, do they? They really should just scrap the broadcasts now and just go... They should go all in on building YouTube channels. If they're not trying already. I feel like if you imagine Channel 4 just started like commissioning loads of YouTubers to do more content, you'd see...
I'm the wrong person to talk to about that because I literally don't go on YouTube.
Yeah, I find that blows my mind when
Yeah, it
people
does
don't
blow my
use
mind.
you don't use YouTube, because my TV now is just YouTube. I turn it on and the first thing I go to is YouTube,
Yeah,
and I've got loads of things I like to dot
brilliant.
about, and it's obviously if you're not sure what you want to watch, there's so much selection.
yeah.
Yeah.
Netflix is obviously very popular.
I was going to say, I feel like my go-to is Netflix.
Yeah, Prime's doing well now.
Yeah.
I feel like it's stepped up.
Yeah.
Been steady, haven't they? They've kind of like steadily gone at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't tell you the last time I watched like ITV or Channel 4. Do you know what I mean? It would be weird to imagine I'd like tuning
Yeah, I
in my
don't
telly
think-
and watching,
I don't think I definitely
letting
don't
it find
sit
the
and
channels.
I don't do that. It's definitely more like Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix is good, but
But
like
that's
I
because
would
they've
say,
got so many true crime documentaries.
but I really like
Seriously good
true crime. Someone's
Yeah.
got to
Big
die.
trend on
Someone's
Netflix.
got to die to watch Cheats for it to be
Yeah.
Oh,
interesting.
the Netflix documentaries are so good. They're so good.
But that documentary style of filming,
Yeah,
like more Netflix style, you've got flashes of that in what you
It's
do.
big with sports, like Drive to Survive is one. There's the tennis one, which I'm gonna fumble the name. I can't even remember it, but there's a tennis one. There's should have had these reference, but basically there's like that started a trend now. It's this really high production, like behind the scenes, like
Yeah.
you're in the scene.
Yeah.
Like the ones that like Amazon do with like the NFL and the ice hockey and stuff
Yeah.
like that. They do it more in
That's
the
a whole
States.
new
They
movement
do,
now.
there are some for like UK football as well.
Yeah.
I only know because
They do a lot of behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've said loads
You
of
got Ryan
times.
Reynolds'
but-
football team. That's obviously a big
Yeah,
one.
well,
Yeah.
I think
Wrexham?
watching
Yeah,
they
Wrexham.
did really well with that because they got
Yeah.
people interested in the club, and
Yeah.
but they told the story.
Mm-hmm.
That's really, really key in sport. Really, is understanding the story. Why are you interested in that person
What
winning
makes you
over that
special?
person?
Yeah.
And that's building their profile up.
It
You know,
does,
so
yeah.
individuals even in the sport as well build their profile. It's really
Definitely
key
does.
to
It lifts everyone up.
yeah. And I think what you've got with that audience though is they'll put these out and they're really polished, but they get that coverage on like a massive app where everyone's going to log in and see that coverage. And they keep pushing it to people who might be interested.
Yeah.
There's something really interesting that's happened with the ice hockey recently because there's
Other than the fights,
other than the fights, which I'm obsessed
I'd
with.
still
There was the first.
think it's like I feel like it's staged when they have these fights. Like
I need to show you a video.
I've seen this video.
I showed you yesterday, didn't
Yeah.
I? There was the first goalie fight in like 27 years.
What's the point? They've got loads of gear on.
Yeah, but like one literally skated from one side to the other,
And
threw the gloves off as he was skating. They pulled each other's helmets off and like went. It's like exploded. It's yeah. The National Hockey League are not happy about it.
I don't know. Like that's a skill to learn. That is to be able to knock someone out and be on your skates.
Yeah, and
I
not
think
fall
that's-
over.
That's I've seen some fights. With
Yeah, it
skates
was
not
I
doing
think
intense.
Dana White could look into this. UFC on the ice.
Do you know what?
Oh my
I think
God.
they've started doing bits like that. So like the rugby they do now, where they run at each other. They have like they have an audience,
Yeah.
and they get like the biggest players from different teams, or whatever, and they'll just they'll just tackle each other. They'll see which one
So
stays
that's the
standing.
same with ice hockey. So each team has almost has like
it's nuts to watch, mate. Got Samoans running at like fucking full pace into each other. You're like, wow, what is this? But I think people like those elements. They want to just watch loads of that, like the fighting.
So like the ice hockey, they have each team will have like an unofficial designated fighter, and they all the other teams know who that person
and they want to
is.
beat them.
And if they're like in a game
This is
where
gonna be a YouTube
like
rabbit hole I
it's
go
really
down.
close or someone really wants to win, and you kind of look at it and you're like, why would you get involved in a fight because you're going to be sent off? But it's almost like an unwritten rule that, like, as a mark of respect, if someone says to the designated fighter, I'm going to fight you, like, he has to go. It doesn't matter if it would lose his team the game. Like, it's real weird. But
I feel like there's a lot of CTE going on here. People are going to have like brain injuries.
honestly, it's mental. But
They're
there's
bare knuckle, aren't they? A lot of the time,
yeah, they have gloves on, but a lot of they will just throw them off.
right? Wow, That's
They've got
dangerous.
gear on.
That's
They've
really
got helmets
dangerous.
and stuff. It's like it depends what gets taken off, I guess.
I guess they match each other if they're coming up to each other. How they're going to do it?
Yeah, maybe. But
I do remember the film, like Goon, is it? What was that film? They made a film about an ice hockey player.
Not Blades of Glory then.
No, he was Stifler in.
I don't know.
You know the film I'm on about though.
don't.
He's like
No.
he fights, and there's another guy that fights, and they fight each other. Gets his
No.
teeth knocked out. I think it's quite a famous film,
Oh.
but it's about that culture.
Yeah.
Like talking about that story of like how they have to fight, and there was a guy who like was unbeaten or something,
Yeah.
and he had to fight him, and yeah, it's the whole thing. I won't give it away. No
But
spoilers.
no, there's
Probably
a,
been out 15, 20 years, but
More recently, there's been a couple of
we'll put something to show what it is. I think some screenshot of it.
yeah, I'd have no idea what it is, but there's been a couple more recently, like in the last couple of months, that I don't know what platform they're on, but there's one called Heated Rivalry and there's one about a guy called Shawsey, and they're like drama series.
Right. So
But
they
it's
follow
all
them.
around ice hockey. No, they don't follow the actual teams. Like it's all
They
like
follow
it's
people.
dramatized.
Oh, okay. So
It's like
not a-
complete
so it's a made up thing. So you're
completely
watching
dramatized.
series now
I've
are
not
made
watched
up.
it. I've not watched these. But what's happened is because these series have come out,
Yeah.
and people thought that the storylines were interesting, like the drama storylines, not the ice hockey
Yeah.
line. Now there's loads of people who previously had no idea about the sport who are like wanting to go to games, and it's lifted
Yeah.
the sport.
Well,
But then
we've-
people are like, are they interested in it for the right reasons?
Yeah, but I have this. We
Which
have
is
this.
interesting.
You have this with all sorts. So like boxers going through it, isn't it? With misfits and
Yeah.
like Jake Paul having fights. And you're like, it brings loads of eyeballs to the sport. So then they might watch like on the run up to that which is a novelty fight, but still entertainment, which is what it is, sports entertainment.
Yeah.
You get purists who go, well, that's not boxing, it's right rubbish. But actually, the influx of viewership now, people logging in to watch or like signing in to watch, you know, all these other fights that are going on, it's good. It raises the profile, which means there's more money, which right now they're booming. There's so many events on every week now. Whereas a few years ago, it was really quiet. You get one a month or a couple a month that you pay for. So it's good for the sport. But I think we're consuming as a society a lot more content, which means, you know, what we do is obviously really valid. It's like people want to watch stuff. They want to understand more about even our businesses. People watch our content. Yeah. And even if that audience starts small, they're still learning. You know, amount of people I meet where they're like, oh, I watched you on or I listened to that podcast you did about something probably really geeky that's only going to appeal to a particular audience. But to them, it's like they get an insight into us or what we do or whatever, little bits, and then there's clips and stuff. It's quite a good way. And I think our clients have enjoyed having the opportunity to do podcasts and more video content and push, you know, that's definitely something that you'd have spoken to businesses 2 years ago or 3 years ago and said, we can do a podcast series for you, or we can come in and do some talking head stuff or interviews, and they would have been a bit like, oh, I don't know if that's for me. But now they're pushing themselves to be on camera more. They understand that they need to be filmed, but they want to do it in their own way. Yeah. And I think that's going to be more and more of a thing. I think fast forwards, there's not going to be businesses that won't have something. Yeah. They'll need to have something to put to relate, to be relatable to people.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's the challenge, is getting them across really in the right way, which I think you do a really good job of working out how to position them. And we obviously talk to them quite a lot before we do anything about what to put in it, although not always is it listened to. But you know, when they go on camera, it's quite interesting who can do it and who can't.
Absolutely.
How do you deal with that when because people are really nervous about being on camera, but you guys seem to do well to kind of settle people who've never really done it.
Yeah, you have to set. Yeah, my main go-to is I can edit anything out. Yeah, it's not live.
Yeah,
you could get it all out your system. I just got to make them feel comfortable. You got to big them up. They make a mistake, just really like, oh, it's fine. It's fine. I wasn't ready anyway. You know, like really downplay everything so that you can tell they just start to relax. And then they'll fall into this because it's their business, so they know what they're doing. They're passionate about what they do, hopefully. So they'll kind of just go into this lovely like swan song of what they do, and that's when I can start to extract what I need. And then on a technical level, I'm always operating on that level, so I don't even need to worry about that. I just pick what I need. Yeah. And if they mess something up, I'll just collect it again.
You sort of like pry it out of them.
Yeah, especially the ones that are not very camera-verse. Then
I think it's important that they have that safe environment to film. And if you asked them the same question and there wasn't a microphone and a camera, they'd answer it. The brain plays this trick on you and makes you very nervous. I feel it. I don't enjoy this content for me is really easy
it's
to do.
Quite a vulnerable space to be in front of a camera.
Yeah, but when you have a camera, like the worst is stood up with a camera on you, and you know you've got to say something.
When I first started, you were under the camera all the time. I was just like, Jake, I need this. Yeah, I'll put you through it.
Yeah, and it's horrible. And obviously, when we've done when we do ads as well, and you know that you need to get there's a storyboard to that ad, and you want to get certain bits in it. Yeah, script. Really That's difficult hard. Because you've got to do it, but have the right energy and not look cheesy.
And if it's not your own words as well, that's a hiccup.
The own words thing is really key, I think. If you give someone more like, okay, structure. This is what we're trying to get across. Yeah. Say it. Give us 4 or 5 versions of what you think that might sound like.
Definitely.
Way easier than, because we have a teleprompter and all of that stuff.
We do,
now.
Yeah.
But
Still different though.
And you can see it though when someone's on it.
100%.
Yeah.
I always find
We've
I
had
go
it.
a little bit.
We've had
You
it.
really don't like it, do you? The teleprompter stuff. You're.
It's because it's you know, for starters, if we're coming from a psychological point of view, it's like I know they're not their words.
Yeah.
That's immediately where I'm like, right, well, why should I be listening to you? What's your angle? What are you getting at? You know what I mean?
We were talking about this yesterday, weren't we? We were like, it's really obvious if it isn't, and this was in the context of like a written social post.
Yeah.
But the message is the same with video stuff. Like, it's so obvious and it comes across as so fake. And I think if you're stood like reading something, you naturally lose expression on your face
That's
because
true.
you're focusing on like reading the words rather than how you're saying them.
Yeah.
And like we've had shoots before where people like we haven't taken a teleprompter because it isn't it's not what we want to use. And there like certain situations where you want it to be really natural and like come across really heartfelt. And people have turned up with like their own iPads with it on. And it always sits like slightly off the camera and you can see their eyes going as well. So it
Well, you tell me off. I think we have our relationship on camera. When I'm on camera, is a bit different. So how maybe the clients get treated.
Got some good bloopers,
You go at me quite hard.
There's a lot of patience when we're on set with clients.
You're like that. Your eye went there. You did that. You looked at that.
Yeah.
You said that again. You're like, oh God. And then it gets. You can spiral.
But you know what I'm trying to
spiral
achieve?
if you get it wrong. Do you know what I mean? You
Yeah.
can go down a rabbit hole and just get it, and it just gets worse and worse.
Yeah.
You're probably better off walking off then and coming back to it.
Yeah.
That's always
Because that's like you calm yourself down. Oliver, I always mention him on every podcast now, don't I? For us,
Shout out.
Ollie Coleman. Shout out Ollie Coleman, a big OC. But he did really well on the recent ones that you got out of him. That's the skill that you got that out of him.
Yeah,
because
he was good.
I remember I gave him one of these cameras and said, set it up, and I said, you're going to talk about this.
Yeah.
And me stood there, he could not do it for the life of him. But then I left the camera and walked away. But I had the footage of him, and he's just fucking swearing at himself, like going like mental because he keeps getting it wrong. And he's starting to go, it's so funny. And I got one of Brian. Brian did a similar thing where he ran through. He was talking about this software. And he was swearing like every 5 seconds he'd get it wrong, and he'd swear, and you could hear him doing it. And I just left. But you leave someone with a camera, and they feel a lot more like, okay, I can just keep going. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So it is a skill to have someone
like
feel
having-
comfortable, but still get a productive filming session done where they've got content.
It's like having someone like watching over your shoulder when you're working though, isn't it? Like you then
Can't
suddenly can't do any of like what you would normally do and you forget how you normally do things.
If you
and
get
it's
in your
like
own
really-
head.
Yeah. But it's the
that's a
same
break
if there's a
then.
camera, isn't
Just
there?
take
Because
time.
there's someone watching you.
Yeah.
Do you
You're
go?
like, oh.
Do you do much? Have you done much being on
Some
camera?
stuff yesterday. Yeah.
Did you?
I actually enjoyed it. I think I've reached across that line now where it's more just like I know
Natural.
what needs to happen.
Yeah.
And I'm just improving myself.
Because your voiceover
says.
stuff is really good. It's like whenever you voice over our like behind the scenes and things, it's quite natural.
Yeah.
Because that's even hard to do as well.
I think it's just because I just know what I need to. It's like I don't know what it is. I just know what I need to hear,
Yeah.
and then I fill the gap.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know when it sounds wrong, and then it doesn't get recorded. So it's like that. Yeah.
You
it's a
edit
litmus
it.
test.
There's less pressure
Definitely
for you
edit it.
as well because you can
I
get
love
rid
that.
of all the other
I
crap.
did. I may have mentioned that to
Whereas,
someone I was
like-
talking to. I was like, oh yeah, I can just edit anything I want, so it's fine. I can
Yeah.
film myself, no worries.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what's
If
going
someone else
on.
was
Whereas,
editing me, I'd
like-
feel a little bit strange then, I think.
Yeah.
That'd
So
be
that's your
yeah.
comfort blanket then, really, with that.
Yeah.
You
It's
know
like-
that you'll never have a bloopers reel.
No. Delete
Yeah,
it.
that
Done.
is. There is a lot of bloopers reels for
Yeah.
us. The one for Jules.
Jaws fantastic.
Well, that is a
What
gem.
the?
We need to get
what's
that
the
out.
question again?
What's the question
What's the
again?
question again?
To be fair
To
to
be
him, that's
fair-
a long event.
We were at an event and
Also,
he
we
was
didn't film a lot on the
exhausted.
first day. The first day, we were just getting our feet on, like, we were busy, weren't we?
Yeah.
So then it was like everyone went out that night. There was a few drinks consumed. People had a late night.
I
And then
did
you're going,
have to
right,
ask
now I need to film you today.
In the edit, if people's skin tones could be made better because everyone looked a
I
bit
think
pale.
it was a bit grey in one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we tried to fix it, but then there's like this weird purple hue because of
The
the
lighting
purple
branded,
from the
yeah.
lighting.
Oh, God.
So, but yeah, it
Magic
was
of
better
cinema.
than looking Still drunk, to be fair.
So what's we've been doing a bit recently where you're using some AI generative stuff as well in edits to sort of blend between the two.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on it? How's that going? What do you think of it?
It's definitely very sophisticated now. Classic video is like obviously Will Smith eating spaghetti. Like
It's got
2
a lot
years
better.
ago, it was horrific, and now it's almost on the money. For me, it's like with technology, as I mentioned before, always increasing. It's like you can't be scared of it. It's just another tool to add to your toolkit. So I've always approached it with an open mind and dabbled a bit, but like with a recent project we've got with Cerberus, like I've actually had context and a reason to kind of push that boundary, and it's really exciting to see what it can do.
I think
It's like learning a new language. It's just figuring out how it needs to be spoken.
I think AI, like how I manage it now with other stuff I do, I've got it quite dialed in to get what I need out, whether it's data, spreadsheets, complex
such a
stuff.
tool.
And then you've got different avenues with it, right? So you've got someone like Martin Jewell who will create an app. He'll code an app out with no code knowledge. And he's got really good at kind of doing that. And then I've been working more to put together stuff for what I need in terms of my day-to-day with business and proposals and contracts and things. Cool. And then now you've got this other element, which is generating video, which I reckon is going to take some time to get really good at. But I think with that knowledge of editing and being able to pull together real life stuff as well and mix the two, because I think that's where people go wrong. Because like you can see a lot of stuff that goes out, it's an AI generated person talking, which is like really quite like you can pick it up still.
Definitely can.
And the scene's a little bit complicated and the editing's a bit janky because they've kind of just gone I'll just prompt all of this and it'll be. So I think maybe where it'll be at is adding where you go and try and get hold of some B-roll of something or stock video, because you can't shoot everything. It's quicker to market. You can go, well, actually we don't need to go and shoot all of that, which is really expensive. We can
you say that, but AI is also very expensive in video. Very. Like I'm still in the testing phase with the Cerberus video, but once I'm going to create an asset list, like almost like a shot list, so I'm not wasting time getting stuff I don't need. I'll get exactly what I want, and that's because there will be a bill at the end, and I'm like, this is the credits I'm going to need to generate this, and that's if it all works second or third time.
But I mean,
it's going to be money.
I think we're spending quite a lot of money on AI credits across the business. It's a bigger bill now for us. It's in the thousands probably a month. So it's not cheap, but if I was to get a coder in full time or someone to compile my...
Alternatively, though, you could host your own AI model here.
Yeah, well, that's something that I want to do. I think we will be doing that. There's a new machine that's coming out from NVIDIA that I think will allow us to do that quite well. Because you need grunt power still it will do it, but it's how long do you want to wait for it to come back?
That's it.
But yeah, there's a lot of offline versions now, sort of unhosted. You host it yourself,
and then you can develop the model as well. Like for
you can train it. Yeah,
so I could train it on all things Cerberus, video it from every angle, every detail, feed it in. I'd just type it. I'll put it in this place.
Well, it's like when they create 100%. Ads for a brand, like they generate like all these different ads, like where. I mean, they're not the messages. It's not like it just looks cool. It's more visual than anything. But
obviously, the big one's Coca-Cola at Christmas. They did their famous Coca-Cola truck advert was all AI.
It didn't go down well for them.
70,000 prompts it took, and even then, it wasn't accurate. The truck would change between shots. It was like, awkward.
But everyone hated it.
What was the reason
as well.
for that? Like, is it just to say it's more attention?
But it came off bad.
They just did it. I don't know. Someone made the decision internally at Coca-Cola, I guess, that they weren't going to do the normal shoot how they would normally run it.
It was and they quite a bit of animation before though, right? They've used computer animation for some of it.
Yeah, but there's always been like a realistic, wholesome, like almost a bit like nostalgic.
Definitely nostalgic.
There's always a bit of a vintagey feel to like the original Coca-Cola kind of stuff. I mean, they created Santa,
kids,
didn't
gets
they?
a Coke bottle. He's well happy. He's in the snow.
They're the reason that he wears red. Like that's
Yeah.
all Coca-Cola. And
Yes.
then they AI'd it all, and
Yeah.
everyone hated it.
See, I don't
Absolutely
follow. I
hated
didn't. I don't
Yeah.
think I watched the John Lewis advert this time. Or
Oh, it was
I
good.
missed a lot. I
It
missed a
was
lot
really
of the.
good.
I think
Really good.
Yeah,
But John Lewis was all shot. It was
Yeah.
about a family. It was really like proper tugged on the
I
heartstrings.
don't think we're ever going to get. I don't think that's ever not going to have value. Like filming real content.
What I've noticed in the creative industry's attitude towards AI is if it's a big brand that typically has budget, it's like, well, why aren't you hiring artists to create that media?
Yeah,
Why have you skipped it? Like, we use a bit of AI because we're, smaller companies.
cost saving.
Yeah. Whereas they can afford it. And it's like, I think there was a Marvel show, Loki, that did an AI intro into the show. And that was AI. And again, it got slammed. It's like, you're Marvel, you're Disney, like you can afford artists. Why are you like, maybe from their point of view, it's curiosity. They want to try and experiment with it. But
well, the actors, I don't know what the sort of union is or whatever, but there was a lot of protesting, wasn't there, around the contracts that they're signing now with, say, Netflix when they do a series or whatever. They're allowed to use their likeness and their character without them. They kind of sign their rights
it's a
away.
really grey area.
So then you're looking at, well, okay, season 7, we can AI it. We don't need any of these people, and we can use their likeness.
Yeah.
And I think
Dangerous.
it's going to happen because they're in like where you've got a bottom line. They're businesses.
Yeah.
So Netflix is not doing it for the art. They're a business. So you might have people filming stuff and creating concepts for the art, but the bottom line is really important to Netflix. And so they're going to look at there will be a series. They might start, they'll either do it sort of more ethical, where they'll just start a whole series from scratch with AI.
Yeah.
Or they will potentially go, we're all going to keep making that one. And, what Friends finished all those years ago, maybe we just do like carry it on.
Well, the big one with Netflix is obviously you've had Stranger Things happen. I don't know if you've watched the behind the scenes video of that, but they were saying like, we started filming the first few episodes. We haven't even finished the script for the end. We'll just ChatGPT in it. I'm like, you put that on camera and you went like release that? Like that's quite bold. And obviously, again, more backlash. People are like,
But I think like
writing because then they did a really good job with I don't think it's gone. I don't know. There's a lot of hype around the last series,
hype,
but I don't know if it was that great. I haven't watched it or.
There were like certain plot holes and certain storylines that just kind of
there's bits
dropped.
that we've spoken about, wasn't there? About what was the kid called? Derek.
Oh yeah.
Like there's a bit where his family gets, and this is like people were in uproar on social media about this. His family get tied up in a barn.
I thought you were talking about the hole, but yeah.
They get tied up in a barn, and like they never revisit that. So everyone's like, is his family still just in this barn tied up? Like
someone's left them there. They
just
died.
got left.
No,
like there's like loads of little bits like that, isn't there? That people have picked up on with it.
Yeah.
That are really funny, but for some people it's really annoying. And I think like we work with AI a lot, and we understand it, and we understand how to use it and when to use it. But when you look at like wider public perception of it, and people who don't use it every day and wouldn't necessarily know when to use it or how to use it best, for them it's just like a base level of maybe using it instead of like Google and using it as your search engine or whatever. Like general public perception of it isn't that great at the moment.
No,
there's a lot of like fear around it. People don't like it.
I think
absolutely.
I think it can be used in bad taste.
Yeah.
So like you could go and this is like putting out content where you've done AI to generate all the ideas and you've not really checked it, and then you put it out and it's like people can see that.
Definitely.
But also now you've got this culture where if you send something to someone and you generated it with AI and you haven't checked it, you look like very lazy.
Yeah.
But there's the real big argument of, anything will be left behind if we're not using it, because anyone who is and gets good at it will be able to produce things a lot faster, a lot more effective. So, we might look at it now with bad taste, but actually in time, managed correctly, in the right
Yeah.
instances will be a necessity.
It's just that area where people are using it
Badly.
in bad
That's
taste,
it, yeah.
and that's what normally is the stuff that ends up going on. Like,
I think it can
social
create a lot of
media and
work as
stuff.
well.
That's when that's why people have such a bad perspective of it. And so
It's just
when it
insincere
is
sometimes.
used, even if you're using it correctly
People
and in the
don't
right
like it.
way, people instantly roll their eyes. So like when it comes out that someone's used AI, like for like Stranger Things used it for this, they might have used it in an all right way. Like they might have used it
They might have
well, and it might have
brainstormed
been
with their plots. With
there will be a level
sounds
to
like maybe
how
not,
they
though.
used it, but people were in uproar because they just say
They had ages to make that
they
series
used
as
AI,
well.
so it's like ugh,
They had a long time to write all that.
Yeah.
Really,
yeah,
really, they had quite a gap between the series. So
Well, Netflix gave them the money. Like, oh, you go film it. And they're like, well, we hadn't actually finished it yet. I'm like, surely it's Netflix's due diligence there. Though maybe they should check that.
yeah,
But then maybe they're chasing only time schedules.
It's a big hit though,
industry.
isn't it? So they've got to keep the wheels moving. If you wait too long, people
Yeah.
watch something else.
Slippery.
Yeah, I mean, even I really struggled to remember the end of the last one when I started the end of the last series before I started this latest series.
Yeah, but going back to YouTube, you get the recap videos.
Recap.
Recap.
Yeah, so AI will be a tool and is a tool,
Definitely.
but we believe that content won't be replaced fully.
No.
I think we're still going to like people being on camera. Such
I think
an
if
art
anything,
form.
it ends up going the other way of people want to see people more on camera because it's that
'Cause it's
human
authentic.
element and it's authentic.
Yeah.
And we've gone through this cycle so many
Yeah.
times and we see it all the time of like a new tech comes out, everyone starts using it, everyone loves it, thinks it's great. Eventually we get bored of seeing that because we miss the human element.
So I think that's very specific to content
Yeah.
more so than anything, because I think that's visually what we like. We have an emotive reaction to things we watch. So we're going to want to see stuff that and know behind it that it's actually something legitimate. It happened. It's a moment in time that you're watching. Whereas I get quite frustrated now with AI posts, like AI videos that are like they're trying to get lots of views, so they'll create like a viral clip from AI, and you can tell, but you won't be able to tell
No.
soon.
Yeah.
And it's money; it attracts money. But I think as a brand, you would steer away from using, and we'll vet. Like we won't go out with anything that we think that looks really quite obvious.
Yeah.
So I think that blend and the editing, and you can build scenarios where it'd be really hard to go and capture that, but it paints a picture that was maybe more powerful than words.
That's it.
So yeah, I think that's probably how we'll use it. But who knows?
Dun, dun, dun.
Who knows? Where I think it will get to, there will be businesses who will put all of their previous history and everything they've ever done into a model, and it will generate everything every day for them.
Yeah.
And I think that's very real that will
Never
happen.
stops working, does it? 24/7.
No, and it can build out a whole year's worth of content and probably create the videos for it and put it out. So then it will go. It's a bit like the cycles we've seen with influencer selling. We don't like the big celebrities selling us anything now.
No.
We've kind of done with that. That cycle ended.
Peter Crouch with his Tide Pods.
But we like next door people, or people a bit more real. Maybe they're a bit smaller following. They're more, you like, oh, I've seen them come up a bit. I understand them.
Yeah.
There's more of a belief in them.
Even that has a bit of distrust.
Even that start. Well,
now.
they got another brand every week, so it's quite hard.
Actually,
you
I think we
are you
spoke
releasing merch? Are you? You got like.
I think we spoke about it in one of the other episodes about like employee generated content, and actually, we like. I told you, baby brain will come at some point. We like that we know that they're employed by that company, so that they do have. We know they have a link to them. We know that there is a loyalty to them.
Yeah.
But we understand that, and then we know that when we watch that content. So even like smaller influencers, there's still a level of distrust there. But we don't mind if you have loyalty to a brand.
It could also go
but
the
we
other
just
way,
enjoy
like especially
knowing.
in film and like media as well. You get like a few creatives that are like their work is great. That's their kind of mantle, and then they recommend this, they recommend that. And you know it's because they've used it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, actually, that's more trust. It's building trust for the brand.
Yeah.
Because they picked that person.
Yeah.
But then they stay in their lane. They're not like, oh, here's a really good shower gel. And
Yeah,
you
yeah.
swallow.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
it's if they're being paid by
You're
them.
bold.
I think if you're promoting something to make money, you've got to question, whether that's legit or not. I think where you get the unique thing where someone will recommend to use something, but they're not selling it to you. But like that's not as popular, right? They're going to talk about how they do something or what they use. It's quite a sensitive thing. Maybe they want to be ahead of the game or whatever in whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this cycle of AI, I think we're not seeing the full peak of it yet. I think we're going to. I think the models keep improving so fast. The video, that's going to become even more so. And what will happen is it will come in really strong. People will decide what they like and what they don't like, and whatever they like will stick, and whatever they don't will become less. And I don't think there's ever going to replace fully us actually shooting content. And I think also, sometimes we put a lot of work and effort into capturing those moments that you won't get if you just wrote a script and say, generate this. Because there's nuances to how humans behave, and even like a leader of a business or someone who's like important in that business, or that you want to capture how they are and what they're about, that'll all be lost. You become quite vanilla.
There's a few scenarios as well where it would definitely not be replaced, and that's events, right?
Yeah,
So that's a physical space and time.
Weirdly, I was just thinking
You're going there.
About an event that we filmed recently for Focus Foundation, and you're talking about those like unscripted moments that are so raw that people latch onto them. And the event was like, it was called Angel's Den, and it was like a Dragon's Den version, but for charities. And everyone went away with something, but there were levels to what you went away with depending on what you pitched, based on the angels deciding who got what. And there was
lot of pressure, that is.
Yeah. But it was an amazing event. And then at the end, they announced like who the big winner was. And it was Brighton Table Tennis Club. They are amazing. And the guy who runs it went up to give a speech, and there was someone who has benefited from Brighton Table Tennis Club that had gone along with him in the audience.
Yeah.
The most like gorgeous human being, and he literally just like unprompted, wasn't supposed to, just like ran up on the stage with him.
Yeah.
And like gave his own speech and was hugging everyone and was like just screaming and shouting, and it was like such a raw emotional moment that happened. Like you could never script that.
No.
And that will never disappear and never go away.
No. Exactly.
I watched that clip of completely different topic, but I watched that clip of Will Smith when he slapped Chris Rock. And when I watched that, even still, it doesn't look real.
Jarring.
It doesn't look real. Like the fact that he did it, the fact that no one reacted to it, no one did anything. The guy got his award at the end of the night, standing ovation from the crowd.
Really?
Yeah, he won an Oscar, didn't he? Was it Oscars that he won it? Academy Award that he got for whatever film. I think it's a film about the tennis, the Williams sisters, and he's the dad in it. I've never seen it, and I refuse to watch it. I don't watch anything of his anymore. I think he's just so delusional about life. Like he's trying to be more relatable. Then he's trying to launch his career again in music at 50 odd. It's like, come on, mate. No, it's not.
There's a lot of question marks around everything, isn't there?
Yeah, well, whether he's straight or not is another thing that I think there's a lot of rumours around that.
It
but
takes full on the tabloids here.
But anyway, that clip, I thought that when that happened, if you see it now and you think that could just be AI, that might not have ever happened. We know it did.
Yeah.
But it's so weird what happened in that sort of shot, and I think we're going to start to distrust quite a lot of content.
That's definitely happened,
even if it is real or not real, because it's going to get that hard to distinguish.
Yeah, that's a real niche moment, isn't it? Because no one reacted to it.
That's what makes it so weird. It's like you watch it now, it's really weird.
you had the audience react
Yeah.
to him
Well, they're
running
at-
up,
well,
and
they're-
everyone's
they're
crying
Hollywood,
and stuff.
and they're
So
weird.
like, yeah.
They're a weird elite.
It's a whole other episode just in its own.
Yeah.
But it's those weird niche moments, isn't it, that make you question it?
Yeah,
with
I
stuff
think
like
so. I think it's just because it was like an out of the, celebrities and it's out of character. But I still, I mean, if you look at what's really popular right now is lots of documentaries around real life situations with the people who are involved in it. And we as human
Murder
beings
documentaries.
love to like murder mysteries, murder, crime, all that stuff. We like to get an insight into the mind of the person.
Yeah.
You're not going to get that with AI.
No.
No.
So
Definitely.
there's still that human element that's really kind of that we
are humans. So.
we like to socialize with each other, right? And it's like we really need other humans around us, and we want to know more about people.
Yeah.
So I've got faith in some faith in humanity that we'll continue to want to see that.
Yeah.
And it's still going to be important when you're talking about anything, because that emotional attraction to whatever it is still relies on a human being to convey that. So, and anyway, on that note,
That's good. Yeah, that's a nice little.
my little speech there. No, really good to catch up again, talk over something, and we look forward to doing this more in 2026.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's on the list.
yeah.
More of these.
Cool.
Definitely.
Cheers.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.